Lesson 163. Tube, squeeze. Are you the type of person who squeezes a tube of toothpaste in the middle, or do you always squeeze it at the end?
I'm the type of person who squeezes a tube of toothpaste in the middle.
Disgusting. Do you think that eating with one's mouth open is a disgusting habit?
Yes, I think eating with one's mouth open is a disgusting habit.
Collar. What's this?
It's the collar of your shirt.
What do we mean by a white-collar worker?
By a white-collar worker, we mean someone who works in an office or other professional environment.
Congratulate. On what kind of occasions do we congratulate people?
We congratulate people when they have won a prize, passed an exam, got married, etc.
Solemn. On what kind of occasions do people speak solemnly?
The kind of occasions on which people speak solemnly are funerals, state ceremonies, etc.
Substance. Fat. Which three substances do we need to make pastry?
The three substances that we need to make pastry are flour, fat and water.
Bay. Why are harbours and ports often built in bays?
Harbours and ports are often built in bays because the sea in a bay is calmer and it's usually less windy.
Structure. Canvas. Waterproof. Nylon. Describe a tent, please.
A tent is a small structure made of waterproof canvas or nylon supported on poles and is used for sleeping in when we go camping.
Despair. Do you despair easily when things are not going well?
No, I don't despair easily when things are not going well.
Vessel. Blood vessel. What is a vessel?
A vessel is any kind of container for liquid, such as a cup, a bottle, a drum, etc.
Prejudice. What do we mean by prejudice?
By prejudice, we mean an unreasonable opinion about someone or something which we form without knowing what the person or thing is actually like.
Purple. Which colour do we get if we mix the colours red and blue together?
If we mix the colours red and blue together, we get purple.
Monarchy. Monarch. Republic. What's a monarchy?
A monarchy is a form of government in which the head of state is a monarch, such as a king or queen.
What's a republic?
A republic is a country that is run by a government elected by the people and which does not have a monarch.
Tune. Do you find that the tunes to certain television commercials stay in your head for a long time?
Yes, I find that the tunes to certain television commercials stay in my head for a long time.
Dozen. Dozens of. What do I mean if I say I have a dozen eggs in my fridge?
If you say you have a dozen eggs in your fridge, you mean you have 12 eggs in your fridge.
In a popular tourist resort, are there normally dozens of places to eat?
Yes, in a popular tourist resort, there are normally dozens of places to eat.
Familiar. Why mustn't an army officer get too familiar with his men?
An army officer mustn't get too familiar with his men because if he becomes a friend, they may not obey him.
Inadvisable. Why would it be inadvisable to buy a car without taking it for a test drive first?
It would be inadvisable to buy a car without taking it for a test drive first because there may be something wrong with the car.
Diamond. Why do we say diamonds are forever?
We say diamonds are forever because they don't wear out and they seldom lose their value.
Procession. Why do you think funeral processions move so slowly?
I think funeral processions move so slowly in order to show respect for the dead.
Exaggerate. When telling stories about things that have happened to them, do some people exaggerate in order to make the stories more interesting?
Yes, when telling stories about things that have happened to them, some people exaggerate in order to make the stories more interesting.
Modest. Luxury. What do we mean by a modest lifestyle?
By a modest lifestyle, we mean a lifestyle without a lot of luxury.
What do we mean by a modest person?
By a modest person, we mean someone who doesn't boast about or exaggerate his achievements.
Reputation. How can a hotel or restaurant develop a bad reputation?
A hotel or restaurant can develop a bad reputation by treating its customers badly, overcharging them, providing a poor service, etc.
Conscience. What do we mean if we say we have a guilty conscience?
If we say we have a guilty conscience, we mean that we have done something wrong and are worried about it. Usually we have not been found out or punished, but we still feel uncomfortable about it.
Suspect. Suspect. What do the police do when they suspect someone of committing crimes but have no proof?
When the police suspect someone of committing crimes but have no proof, they follow them to see where they go and what they do.
And what do we call the person that the police suspect?
We call the person that the police suspect a suspect.
Exchange. What's the exchange rate between the British pound and the currency used in your country?
The exchange rate between the British pound and the currency used in my country is 1.2.
Is there anything you own that you wouldn't exchange for all the world?
No, there isn't anything I own that I wouldn't exchange for all the world.
Program. When you go on holiday, do you like to have an organised program of activities for each day?
No, when I go on holiday, I don't like to have an organised program of activities for each day.
When you attend an event like a theatre performance or a football match, do you buy a program and keep it as a souvenir?
No, when I attend an event like a theatre performance or a football match, I don't buy a program and keep it as a souvenir.
Cut down on. Is there anything that you eat or drink that you know you should cut down on?
No, there isn't anything that I eat or drink that I know I should cut down on.
Prompt. In an expensive restaurant, do you expect the service to be prompt?
Yes, in an expensive restaurant, I expect the service to be prompt.
Motor. Name a piece of kitchen equipment that has a motor inside.
A washing machine or microwave oven, etc., has a motor inside.
Suspicion. Can the police in your country arrest a person just on suspicion?
Yes, the police in my country can arrest a person just on suspicion.
Multiply. Multiply 30 by 3, please.
30 multiplied by 3 equals 90.